Hey, Mark. Now, I know you're not like a super personal guy, right? You don't like to get into the weeds.
A lot
You're
a lot of
private,
people would say not personable, but
not
okay.
personable, not personable. I don't know the answer to this, so I'm going to ask you a question. You can
The
choose not
answer
to
is I
answer.
won't tell you.
You probably won't tell me. Do you
Why,
mow?
this sounds like Patreon material right here.
Do
Should we
you
pitch
mow
the
a?
Patreon this early in the episode?
Well, I mean, let's see. Mark will answer this question either now or in the Patreon. We'll see. Do you mow a lawn?
I have. That's a actually fairly interesting question.
Yeah.
I've never mowed a lawn in my life.
Wow. Wow.
Never.
If you don't know, for the listeners that don't know, Mark is significantly older than me. No.
Yes, I'm at least 25,
Is
and
at
I've
least
never mowed a lawn in my life.
Yeah. Wow. I had no idea. That is an interesting life. I don't know
In
how
fact,
that's
at this point, I'm kind of avoiding it. It's come up a couple times as an option, and I've been like, why break a good run? It's a nice baked-in excuse too.
Yeah,
Somebody's like, "Hey, could you just do this little patch here or something?" I'm like, you know what? I've got a 25-year streak going right now that I don't want to break.
Don't want to break. Well, I was like you for many years, not having a lawn to mow, apartments, townhouses, whatever it is.
What a humble brag we got coming here. Somebody's got a lawn.
I've got a lawn. I've had a lawn for several years.
Somebody's got weeds.
I've had a lawn for several years. And so I, had to figure out how am I going to mow this yard. Now, I live on a corner. I've got a pretty big yard. I've got a side yard, a front yard, a little backyard. I mean, it's decent amount of.
So the trick is getting the lawnmower from spot to spot. Is that what the challenge is?
Well, or what kind of lawnmower do I want to use, right? So this was years ago, but I started my lawn cutting experience with a reel mower. Now, a reel mower is ones that have the little blades, the little curved blades. There's no engine. You just push it and it cuts the grass.
Yeah.
Right? It's like
old time. Do you ever sharpen it?
I have never sharpened it.
Okay. I bet it gets harder over time.
Yeah, it gets harder over time. And it's not necessarily easy to start with. You are pushing the thing the whole time. You're pushing it. That's what's making the wheels turn. So it's not like just pushing a wheel or whatever. But it's not that bad. And I thought of it as like, okay, so here is some exercise, just some built-in, whatever. My wife is like, this is ridiculous. It's not cutting the lawn very well. And it's taking forever.
So this is how you're training for the world slap competition. Yeah. You're getting in shape and getting ready.
Yeah. They'll have just B-roll of me pushing this reel mower around.
Is that what they call it, or is that just your name for it?
No, that's what they call it. It's REEL, like a reel.
Okay.
Okay. So, and so then I'm like, all right. I don't like the sound of gasoline mowers. I think they smell bad, and I think they're way too loud.
Okay, yeah, the smell is the most common complaint.
Yeah, they smell bad, but they are extremely loud.
Okay.
And if you're walking behind it for an hour.
That was such a weird way to construct that sentence.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of a lawnmower. They smell bad.
I don't like the sound, and they smell bad.
Yeah. You should have said, I don't like the sound and the smell.
I don't like the sound. I don't like the smell. I don't like the annoyance.
You know what would make this more confusing? You should call a gas lawnmower a real lawnmower. REAL.
REAL. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what. And so I don't want to gas. And then you have to go to the gas station with the little can. Yeah. It's a hassle. I don't like it. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, they've got to have electric mowers.
Yeah. Is this recent?
This is we're still talking about 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay. They have those high-end ones where they have the nice battery you pull in and pull out. But I'm like, let's go bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. What do they have, like extension cord?
Extension cord. So
I've never even seen one, but I can imagine it in my head.
I mowed my yard.
How is that even legal?
Yeah.
Like for sure some kid is rolling over the cord and electrocuting themselves.
I mean, it's pretty easy. If someone rolls over the cord, I'm not going to feel bad for them. That's a normal thing. I rolled over my cord.
Did it chop it up?
Yeah.
And then what do? You had to get a whole new lawnmower, or you get a new
No.
Oh, does the extension cord like plug in?
Yeah,
and
it
you can
plugs
just
into
okay.
the piece. So I have a long extension cord. Basically, the first time I used it, I rolled over it, cut the extension cord, and then so I just stripped the wires, did some wire nuts, taped it together. Let's go.
Okay.
So I fixed the extension cord. Anyway, so I tried that for a couple of months or years. This whole time, my wife and I are like kind of telling people about this. And anyway, this widow lady that we know, she says, "Hey, I stopped cutting my yard a couple years ago. I have a neighbor do it. My husband died. We have a riding lawnmower that we don't need." And I went over to her house, and her house is way smaller than mine. Like, if she's
You mean the lawn?
The lawn is way smaller. Like, if she's got a riding lawnmower, I definitely need a riding lawnmower. But I hate it. I hate because they're gasoline powered, so they smell and they're loud.
Yeah.
So anyway,
but when you're up on the throne, you can't hear it quite as much, and it's not, you're not pushing behind it. I feel like that's pretty privileged position up on the throne.
Yeah. But
can it even move with your weight on it?
No, not even close. Not even close. Whether it could move with my weight on it is immaterial, because the seat, I can't sit down. Not even close. I mean, we are 12, 14 inches away from me being able to sit in this thing. It's not like I can kind of not sit. It's like there's not a chance in the world that I'm going to be able to sit on this thing.
I would love it if you, at the end of this story is, I built my own throne and stuck it on there with wire nuts.
Wire nuts. Yeah.
I'm 10 feet in the air.
10 feet in the air. It's like I'm on like a.
You're in a Pope mobile. I got plexiglass around me, so I can't smell or hear anything.
Like a lifeguard tower on top of this riding mower.
Exactly.
So my wife has only ever used the riding mower. She's the only one that's ever used it at my house. I've never used it. I don't know how to turn it on.
It's a very long walk to get to. I don't have to mow the lawn anymore.
I don't mow the lawn anymore. I don't mow the lawn. So that was part of the deal. My wife was like, "We need a riding mower. We need a riding mower." I'm like, "I don't want one, and I can't fit even if we did have one."
Yeah,
she doesn't. So anyway, well, my neighbor is a lawn care guy. Now he's got those big fancy tools, those zero turns, those, the kinds that are professional grade, all of that stuff.
Okay.
And so every once in a while,
what a zero turn is. Is that like the top of it spins around and the wheels go in the other direction?
So it's more about how you could control it. So like the little tractor that I have, we call it a tractor. It's just a riding mower, has a wheel, has a little wheel. You look like you're on a go-kart.
Okay.
A zero turn has 2 bars. You push both of them together to go forward. You can pull one back and push the other one forward. It's tank control. And it's really cool. And
a lot of confusing words in the world of lawn care.
There is
real.
There is way too much to it. Yeah. And this is out of your wheelhouse. One day maybe you'll mow a lawn. Do you think you're going to go to the grave? No lawn?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. I'm going out there with scissors if it comes to it.
If it comes to it, yeah. So he every once in a while he'll come and do some things for our yard that's just way easier for him to do than for us to do. The tree fell down in the backyard. He had a chainsaw. He does a few things around in we pay him, but anyway, he texted my wife the other day. Says, "Hey, there's probably a bunch of grass stuck up underneath your lawnmower that you need to scrape out because our lawn looked a little weird to him." And we're like, "We have never."
That's a real pro right there.
Yeah.
That's like me sitting in the green room and you can't hear the jokes, but you can kind of tell that the audience is not. The comic isn't doing well. So you're just like, you know what? Maybe you could use some more punchlines.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Now he's right. We have never cleaned it. So now now we have this problem. The problem is we need to scrape the grass from the bottom of the mower.
Okay.
How would you go about doing that?
Have you ever seen one of those small crowbars? It's about
Yeah.
18 inch, maybe 12 to 18 inches long. I'd use that and a mallet.
A mallet?
Because it's like it's got like a sharp edge. Because I'm sure it's like caked in there, and I just bang at it, and clumps would fall out, and I pick up the clumps and throw them in a trash bag.
The clumps come out more easy than you would think. I mean, just a regular paint scraper would get it out.
Okay.
Just the issue is, how do you get up under there? Because just
tilt the whole thing upside down, flip it over, or it's hard on its side.
There you go.
The problem is you got to take off the life tower guard now.
Yes.
Which you spent a lot of time installing.
That's the idea. So there are ways to do it.
The cup holders, at least, you got to get rid of.
There are ways to do it where you kind of pull up on little ramps, like when people are doing their, but then you have to lay on your back. And I'm like,
it's like an oil change.
Like an oil change, yeah. And I'm like, it'd be so much easier to just lift this thing up. I mean, it's heavy, but it's not like heavy.
Yeah.
And
so you snap it in half.
Yeah. So when we didn't buy it, but when the old lady gave it to us, my wife had an SUV, and I literally just picked it up and put it in the back of the SUV.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just the front wheels, and then the back wheels pushed it in there, and it worked. Okay. I mean, I manhandled it
into the trunk,
into the back compartment of the SUV. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So the hatch. It looked pretty cool. I felt like a man. Like I was. How many of these guys can lift a riding lawnmower into the back of the SUV? So anyway, I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to tip it up on the back wheels, scrape it down. We're good. You already know where this is going, right? Okay. We tipped it on the back wheels. We scraped it. Everything was good. The neighbor said, "Hey, you also need to remove the blades. If you give them to me, I'll sharpen them for you. Then you can put them back on. It's all good." We have it up there trying to get the blades off. The whole thing falls over. And so I'm like, well, that might not be that big of a deal. And that maybe it's easier to get to the blades now. Well, it starts leaking gasoline everywhere.
Oh, God.
And so now it's like, hey, we need to tip this thing back on its wheels as fast as we can. And so when I was lifting it up to put it on the back wheels, I'm using good form. I'm like, lift with your legs. I'm doing the whole thing. And then just to get it back on its wheels, I'm just like jerking it and like twisted and doing this whole thing. My back hurts is the whole point.
Hey, this is the only thing I'm talking about today, other than 4 incredible comedy shows, is my back.
Yeah.
This is the back episode. This is unbelievable.
We are back
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Jake, mine's so much more embarrassing and so much shorter. I bent over.
Well, your back is literally shorter. And I'm sure the story is also shorter.
I just bent over to pick up some clothes, and I heard the loudest pop and felt the most, I would say, a top 10 pain in my life.
Yeah.
Wow. As I twisted. And I'm not 100% that I heard the pop, but like my body experienced this pop or something. And then anything I did, like the next morning. So then that night I stayed in bed for 12 hours because I just didn't want to move. And the next morning I couldn't figure out how to get my sock on, because when I went to put the sock on, I had I would call it a top 5 pain in my life. Wow. It was unbelievable. And that was, we're recording this on a Tuesday. Yeah. That was last Wednesday morning.
Oh, wow.
And it's getting better. I'm I don't know when how many days out you are, but yesterday was the first day I could put on socks by myself on my left foot. On my right foot, I've been able to do it for a few days, but now I can do both socks.
Who's putting your socks on?
I'm getting homeless people. I'm paying people. There's some feet fetish people. You just get on Craigslist. If they actually pay me, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
That's fun.
A lot of Crocs and slides and slippers and just and here's the crazy thing. I did 4 comedy shows. Not the first time, but out of thousands of shows I've done, all 4 shows, I did not wear stage socks. I have stage socks.
Yes.
A lot of people have stage shoes. I was like, I'm putting on the socks once today. That's it, and I'm not changing them. I can't change them. And at least one of the shows, I didn't even wear my stage shoes.
Yeah.
Because it was like I can't be bothered to. It's a whole ordeal. Yeah,
Now,
I'm getting old, man.
I've seen you change into your stage shoes, and I don't know how you do it. When I leave the house, I have my stage shoes on, but
Mhm.
I could be wearing them for 7 hours before I hit the stage. But I
Yeah.
think you are more like a 10 minutes before showtime.
Oh yeah, yeah. They have to because if you walk around in them, they get dirty.
Yeah. Well, mine are black.
Yeah, yeah. So mine are like they're expressing something about me.
Mm.
Basically, that I have brand new shoes. I just walked out of a Foot Locker with these shoes. Even on the 100th wear, I'm trying. And Jake, I have this new thing. You're going to see it because I'm coming out to Kentucky soon.
That's right.
I have a brand new thing. I have I bought this bag I go to Planet Fitness around the country, and I want it with like a grocery bag. I go into the place with a grocery bag with the clothes I'm going to work out in, the clothes I'm changing into, a bottle of shampoo, you know, a toothbrush, whatever I need in there. And I shove it in a locker. And I was like, and I've seen people, and I had a little envy. They have like fancy, almost like locker bags. It's like they hang the thing in the locker.
Oh,
It's got little compartments. It's real fancy.
And the right width. Like it's like,
exactly. And I think you can padlock them. And so anyways, I buy one and I don't use it for 3-4 months. And then I had to go on the road down to Arizona, and I'm looking for something to throw my merch into. And I'm like, oh, I could use this bag. So now I have a show bag, Jake, and it has a shoe compartment. So I put my show shoes into the bag. I show up at the club with my little duffel bag. I look like an assassin. Yep. I come in, and then I pull out my tools, and my tools are some brand new sneakers. And really, the first time I did it, all the comics were like blown away.
Yeah,
they were like, "No way!"
Yeah.
And the funny part is that the show shoes are the same exact shoes as the shoes I wear into the club. It's just the other ones have been worn a bunch, and they're beat up, and everybody usually gets a kick out of that. I'm somewhere on the spectrum with just wearing the same shoes of different ages. Basically.
Yeah, and I mean, a grown man changing his shoes indoors from not like
is a friendly, good man, just like Mr. Rogers.
Exactly, it's a Mr. Rogers move. Now, if you're changing from basketball shoes into slides or whatever to walk to the parking lot after a game, everybody gets that. But like two comparable shoes like that blew
I think
my
in the
mind.
Comedy world, it's way more common than you're giving it credit.
I mean, yeah. I'm not saying it's not common.
Although I rarely see people do it. A lot of people are pulling your move. They're coming to the club with the shoes.
Yeah, well, I have my wife talks about it. I've got my stage shirt. I got my stage shoes. I have simplified my life. I don't have stage socks.
You know what? The stage socks came in so clutch. I don't think I've talked about the Arizonas. We got all Arizona to talk about. But anyways, I did a show at the Desert Ridge Improv, which I think I mentioned is where like Adam Sandler and whatever. And I got this great photograph of me. I have this new act out thing that you'll see soon. And you can see my socks in this picture. And they look great, Jake. So much better than just regular white athletic socks. So I'm a big fan.
Well, I do black athletic socks, but I mean, you have to also.
You're not a fashion maven like I am.
No. I would.
You'll grow into it. You're a young man.
I'm a young man. I don't have the opportunity. I cannot. Right, like that bag that you're talking about will not fit my shoes. Like I can't get fancy.
I think it might. We're gonna do a test.
We should do a test,
and then we're gonna count the books in your library, and the whole thing is gonna take like 5 minutes.
The books in my library, it's gonna take forever. There's so many books in here.
Take way less than half an hour, and probably less than 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure. Although, you know, it's funny. I was going to get out the click. I have a clicker with all my festival stuff, like an umpire would have to count the like balls and strikes or whatever. And I don't think I can get it now with my back the way it is, because it's in like containers that are stacked on top of each other.
But the back thing is weird because let's see if this matches your experience. I will go like it's only been 3 or 4 days. I'll go like an entire day where I don't even remember I have my back hurts at all. I'll go an entire day. And
let me ask you this. Can you bend over?
Yeah. Bend
comfortably.
over, I can walk, I can do whatever, and then I'll just move like kind of weird and like, oh yikes.
And like a shooting pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
are you taking a Aleve or ibuprofen?
sometimes, not really.
You should. Aleve is easier because it's 12 hours.
Yep.
This used to be This Old House podcast. This is now This Old Man podcast. Everybody tune in for this good content. Taking a Aleve when you wake up with food, when you go to sleep with food, it lasts 12 hours. That's the only difference between a Aleve and ibuprofen, pretty much. It lasts longer. It's going to reduce the swelling and it's going to help you heal.
The work, the back, I'll wake up. So I've been waking up a couple times here and there. Like,
the sleep was awful for me. Like getting in and out of bed is the most painful part of this medical episode I'm having. But it's getting better. And here's the real. So it's so funny that you brought up the back. That's what I was going to talk about today. Yep. What I realized last night as I woke up in the middle of the night and tried to roll over and had shooting pain is that when I sleep in my car, I'm like a contortionist getting from the front seat into the bed in the back. And I don't think I'm going to have today. It's on my to-do list. Tomorrow I leave for a 5-6 night run where I'm planning to sleep in my car most of the nights. I don't know if I can sleep in my car. I think as a backup plan, I could get into the trunk. I don't like to do that because I'm trying to be incognito when I'm sleeping. I like cover up all the front windows and then I just jump into the back and I put the rear window on, the cover on. But I don't know if it's possible for me to sleep in the car. And I have at least one night on this run where there really is no hotel for me to sleep in. So I haven't figured out what I'm going to do. I either need to figure out how to sleep in the car, even with a bad back, or if I find a cheap hotel. Luckily, it's not like I'm in LA or Miami or something. I'm driving through the cheapest part of America. That's so I can find $50.
And by cheapest part of America, you mean where I live.
Pretty much. Where Jake can have a lawn that he needs to mow.
I've got a big lawn. Big lawn.
Not exactly Louisville, Kentucky, but I drive a couple hours outside and I'm going to be just fine.
I get it. That's why I live here. Yeah. I like it. Okay. So you, in the Patreon last time, you were talking about...
Well, let's not spill beans.
You were talking about your car. That's
a little bit, but you guys got to get on to the Patreon together.
I thought it was very interesting and fascinating. And
patreon.com/Mark and Jake.
I think a smaller man would, both physically and morally smaller man, would have been jealous of some of the setup that you had in your car. You figured out some things for your car.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
But I was like, later that day, I had to drive to Cincinnati, and I'm like, I like my car. I drive a 2009. It's a police model Chevy Impala.
Yeah.
And it fits me well. I like it.
Yeah.
270,000 miles. So I'm driving that to Cincinnati. And so I had your car discussion and I'm in my car. I'm like, I like mine. I like mine,
I think everybody should like their car. You have a couple 100,000 miles on your car. You should love your car.
Yeah.
You have a relationship with your car. You figured everything out about that car.
Yeah. And there's a lot of things I like about it. Okay. So I go to Cincinnati. I'm going to Go Bananas, very cool club in Cincinnati. It's the funniest person in Cincinnati contest. I've made it to the finals, I think 3 or 4 years. I can't even remember how many years. This is the first round, so it's the qualifying round. So I'm going there. Excited. I got some buddies on the show. I've been texting with them. Anyway, I go to pull into one of the parking spots in my 2009 Impala. I pull halfway in. I'm like, that's too tight. Let me just get an easier spot. I back out. I am now in between where people are supposed to be parking. Car no longer goes into gear. So I don't know what to do, right? And so
put it in neutral, push it in a spot, put on your stage shoes, win the competition.
It will not go into neutral.
Oh, what's it in? Reverse?
It's in park. And
why is it in park?
I don't know. I was able to get it from reverse into park.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's in park, The
Was that an arm motion? Is it a steering wheel?
Yeah. It's on the.
I haven't seen that since like 1986.
Yeah,
oh my goodness, that's
on
great.
The column, which is part of the reason why I like it. I'm a big man. I don't want it in between.
Ah, interesting. So, okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't.
I feel like. Hold on a second. I got to explain this for the audio listeners.
Sure.
So a typical automatic today has a gear changer from park, reverse, neutral, drive that's down by like your right knee. You know, it's in between the driver's seat and the passenger seat. Jake was mimicking moving, like kind of like how you change your wipers, but on the other side, the steering wheel to change the gears. Like if you watched National Lampoon's Vacation and he's driving around this 1975 Woody, you know, or Harry and the Hendersons, like that's the kind of steering column was a pretty good description. Okay, continue.
So I cannot get it into neutral. Okay. I am dressed in my stage shirt and shoes and everything, which is all black. It is 105 degrees out, and I'm on asphalt, so it feels like it's 130. I'm like on the surface of the sun here. I don't know what to do. So I leave.
That's stressful. I feel I'm like I'm emoting for you right now. This is a bad situation. So are you late or are you ahead of schedule?
I am about 5 minutes late, but I had given them a heads up, and it was one of those things where we need you here at 7, but we don't really need you here until 7:15, and it was like 7:05, right?
Okay.
And I had done this show so many times. They know me. They know I know what I'm doing, and I'm literally the last one on the bill. So it's, come on. I mean,
has the show already started? Is it going on?
No,
okay.
show hasn't started.
Okay.
Hasn't even come. You know, the show starts at 7:30, I think. So I leave the car there temporarily, go inside, check in, tell them what's going on.
Yeah.
They're like, don't worry about it. We know you, we know everything. I am out there with the car trying everything. Now the internet is really bad. Where
the connectivity.
The connectivity is bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Where I
thought you meant the information about your car from the 1960s.
So I called my dad and I was like, do you have good internet? He's like, yeah, I got good internet right now. Okay. Google this situation. I'm telling him what to Google. Tell me what solutions you got. And he's giving me all these solutions. Try the breaker, try this.
Can I pause you for a second? Yeah. I do this all the time on my 12-hour drives. I'll phone a friend and be like, I need to find Thai food between Fleming, Colorado and Iowa City within the next 90 miles. And it needs to be near a Walmart. You know, there should be a service. I think there used to be, back when there were like 20 search engines and the internet was kind of new, like Excite.com and AskJeeves.com and Yahoo.com and Google.com. And then Bing later. I think there was a phone thing where you could ask any question and you'd get a human and they'd tell you the answer. It was like we're going backwards in time. But I feel like we need that as road warriors. Maybe truckers, like long haul truckers, already have this situation. But you have a dad, so that's.
I had my dad, and so my dad and I were on the phone for probably 20 minutes. He gave me all of these different options. I'm trying them while we're on the phone. He's like, that's all I can figure out. You're going to need to call AAA. I got AAA.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, I'm trying this. AAA takes
a long time, but in this case, you're going to be there for an hour and a half at least for the show.
Yeah.
But
AAA keeps wanting to like send me to an app, and like the internet is so bad.
Oh, I've had that problem too. Yeah.
Just let me talk to somebody, and we'll figure this out.
Yeah, they want to text you a thing that you click, so it uses your GPS,
which is fine if it works, but when it doesn't work, and I'm in like a city, it should work where I am.
They don't have Wi-Fi in the club that you can hop on?
If they did, I didn't know the password, or they didn't give me the password.
Now, are you blocking traffic at all?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez. Can people get around you at least?
Not really.
Okay.
There is another aisle.
Yeah, so people could leave. Yeah.
The aisle that people want to use, I'm blocking. I'm sideways. I got my flashers on, and there's another aisle that they can go through.
If you want, when I come out, I can teach you how to park. Because if you would have parked right the first time,
that's right.
And
fine. So I don't even know what to do. Right? Like I can't put it in neutral, park it, figure it out later. What are you supposed to do if you can't do that? you know. So I'm drenched in sweat. They come out and get me. They're like, "Hey, you're going on in like 8 minutes." I'm like, all right. So I go in, and the weird part is a lot of the competitions around here have two categories. They call them amateurs and semi-pros, and so I'm in the semi-pro category. And two people from our category are moving on, and only two people showed up. So I'm moving on. Now I'm still gonna perform, still do the whole thing. But the guy in front of me was my buddy, and anyway, he's like, "What are you doing?" Like he's like, "You come in here basically an hour late, drenched in sweat. What is happening?" And I tell him, "Dude, this car, I can't figure it out." Well, he had a friend with him that was maybe not a mechanic, but more of a redneck and
Okay.
knew about cars. So I do my set. It goes well. I knew I'm moving forward, so it doesn't really matter. But his buddy comes out there with me, takes a look at three things in less than 5 minutes.
In the hood at all, or just in the car cabin?
I had an idea of what it was, and so we tested it. It was way easier to test with two people because it was having to do with the brake lights.
Okay.
And we instantly ruled that out. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. He's like, pop the hood, looks down there. Oh, it's the linkage of the transmission. He pops it back on. You're done. And like fixes it in like
unbelievable
3 minutes. Later, he grabs one of like these heavy duty zip ties and zip ties it, so it's a more permanent fix.
A more permanent fix with a plastic
zip tie. But yeah, so yeah, what a weird, driving to Cincinnati, stressful through the roof. And now I have to call AAA and cancel that, and oh my goodness.
Yeah. This is another commonality we have. My Subaru Outback, the guy who takes care of it, I met him at a comedy show. I had jokes about my Outback breaking down. He came up to me after the show. I think he bought some merch. He was just like, "Hey, I just wanted to," this was in Colorado Springs at Looney's, and I live in Denver, an hour away. And he said, "Hey, if you ever need some work done on your stuff, I work with students, and I do like half price, like half of what the dealer would charge. And I just do it in my driveway." Look at Jake fixing his quaff.
I just had to fix my hair. I had a weird little
his hair.
Had a weird little twirly dude right there. I had to fix that. Okay.
Yeah. So finding help. This is what we need to do. When I'm out there in Kentucky, we need to find a chiropractor. We're gonna or a back doctor. I don't trust chiropractors, but we're both gonna tell jokes about our bad backs, and then hopefully somebody will buy some merch and be like, "Hey, you want free advice on your free medical help? This is my health insurance plan."
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I have a question, and it relates to kind of what you just said. It's car related. So a guy on a Facebook group I'm part of said, "Hey, I'm a student, and I will come to your house and do an oil change for your car. And here's the price, whatever. It's basically parts plus $20 or something like that."
Okay.
And I'm like, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome.
That doesn't sound awesome to me.
I've done it.
Unless you are allowed to inspect the work. Have you done an oil change?
No, I think I could, but no,
yeah, you could. It's not impossible. I'll teach you that as well. I'll come out. I'll teach you how to mow your lawn. I'll teach you how to park your car. I'll teach you how to change your oil.
Yeah.
You can really mess it up. I had a car decades ago that a buddy borrowed. He brought it to Grease Monkey, and they drained the transmission fluid by accident, which you're in that car at the time. Almost every car you change the transmission fluid regularly. This was I don't know anything about cars, but it was a sealed transmission system where you never changed the transmission fluid the life of the car, and it essentially ruined the car. So you can because of that experience, I'd be worried about.
I mean, if I'm regularly going to like Valvoline, is this guy any better than Valvoline?
Right.
Is this guy any better than?
I mean, I would ask. Is this your first time? Is he just doing this to learn?
Okay. Oh no. He's like, you could he had all the tools. You could tell he knew exactly what he had. Like he has his own little sticker that he puts for the mileage.
Oh,
and stuff.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But
$20.
he doesn't have a shop.
That's a good deal.
I like the
And he
deal.
comes to you. He does it in your
He comes to
driveway.
me. That's what I
pretty
like.
nice.
That's what I really like. I've got a driveway, not to brag. I got a driveway, and yeah.
Does he bring the little ramp things? Has he done it?
He brings a little. He's done it
That's
3 or 4 times.
I mean, it's been a while, but I used to change my own oil. I
wow.
have the ramp things.
I have never changed my own oil. I have mowed
I did
grass.
it for 10 years probably.
Yeah.
Okay, but then I finally was like, you know what? This is kind of a hassle. And the hard part is getting rid of the oil. Now, here's the bad thing. You got to really watch and make sure he's not pouring that oil down your sewer drain.
I did. Yeah.
You did or didn't?
I did. I know he didn't. I watched him do it.
Yeah. I would you can like go to like the Walmart Auto Center and they have places where you can dump the oil. But then this is what happened. They changed the rules over the years. It used to be like you just show up at 2 a.m. and do it. But then they started it's like buying Sudafed. They like wanted your driver's license to dump the oil because I guess they wanted to make sure you weren't running a business or something.
Oh yeah.
And once that started, it turned into a big hassle. And now I remember why I quit doing it. It was hard to get rid of the oil, the bad oil.
Yeah. But I was the question related to this was because I told my brothers and I told my buddies about this, and I feel like this was kind of a bougie thing. A guy comes to me, changes my oil in my driveway.
Also a little emasculating, but yes, okay.
I didn't think that at all.
You can also pay somebody to come to your house and mow your lawn. In fact, your neighbor will probably do it.
He would do it. Yeah, he would do it. He wouldn't. Yeah, he would love to because he probably looks at our yard sometimes and be like, I could do better.
Yeah,
and he can. He can do better. He definitely can do better. But I thought it was kind of bougie and kind of like upper class. Oh man, look at me. And my buddies and my brothers were like, oh no, you're being a cheapwad. I'm like, that's not cheapwad. That's cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the only reason not to do that would be like, you have an old car, so who cares? If it was a newer car and you're trying to like only maintain it by the dealer and maybe sell it before it got old kind of thing, but you're not, who cares?
Okay. I got one more car related thing.
Okay.
Or maybe I got 5 more.
Have you done this? Have you done the oil change where you don't get out of your car?
Yeah.
That rules. That's that's relatively new. It started around the pandemic and it's pretty great.
So I'm going to push back because it in Kentucky, at least, that's how Valvoline does it. And
oh, really? Forever?
Forever.
Huh.
And I did it wrong once. So this was years ago. It was probably 2012, 2013, something like that. I went to Valvoline and I got out of the car and went into they're like, why'd you get out? You have to come back in. And so they kind of fussed at me.
Yeah.
They got out. But yeah, not getting out of the car is fun. So I have 2 cars, and one is the one I just told you about. The other one is not much better. It might be worse, but it's smaller. And so I have a city car and then a road dog car. Just one that's easy to park downtown, and one. So there's, yeah. I don't know. I like it.
Nice. You seen any movies recently? I got a streaming suggestion for you.
Ooh, I saw a documentary on the Oklahoma City bombing.
Well, this took a dark turn. Talk about America getting attacked. Yesterday, we had the World Cup.
Yes.
Round of 16, the knockout game against Belgium, and it did not go. It went about as well as the Oklahoma City bombing for America.
Have you been watching?
I watch like here and there, and I've been reading about it in the paper the next day more consistently. And I think it's really neat. I think the World Cup is super cool. I'm really excited about it. I think it could have gone so much worse. Like all the coverage is of these people from different countries really excited about America. Mm-hmm. We could have had some, a car drive through and knock a bunch of people over, or some kind of shooting or something awful happen. And instead, all the coverage is, oh my gosh, at Mexican restaurants in America, you get chips before you even order.
Yeah.
You can just sit there and eat chips and
Yeah, a
salsa
lot of it is
all day long.
It's food related, like people talking about how good ranch dressing is and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's fun that we get to show off our country. I think it's cool how the games are all over the country. I think it's neat how, there are all these different societies and cultures it's a melting pot, and it's really like it's a cultural. I think it's fun. I think it's really fun. I'm a big fan. What I don't like, I'm actually working on a bit on stage. It's not so much a bit. It's more like an idea. A lot of people are mad about tie games and the penalty kick situation. They don't think it's fair. So here's my pitch, Jake. If you know anybody at FIFA, you let me know. At the end of regular time, at the end of regulation, you add 5-minute periods. At each period, you move the goals in 10 yards.
Okay.
Or 10, I guess it would have to be meters because it's European.
Sure.
So 10 meters. And they keep progressively getting closer together until somebody scores, right? That's great. The only thing I haven't figured out is the back line. And I think maybe you do lacrosse rules so people can go behind the goal man.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I think that's kind of fun and exciting. And it'd be cool to see the people. It would be kind of like a Zamboni in ice hockey. People go out to move the goal,
Yeah. I mean, I thought when you started, like, you're going to make the goal bigger or smaller or whatever it is.
Sure.
Like, that's tricky. Moving it is not tricky at all.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I do not pretend to enjoy soccer or understand it. I know there's a lot to it. I know it's not just running around and trying to score. There's strategies and there's things. I understand that those exist. I do not know what they are.
Right. But I feel the same way about baseball and hockey. And they're playing at a level above my understanding in the professional.
Hockey, definitely. Baseball, I kind of understand it. Except for like pitching. I don't really understand pitching.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons in baseball. They're shifting all the time, and that's way above they're spending $1 million a year on statisticians to tell them what to do at this at bat, like where they're supposed to stand, where to put their glove, whether it's up high or down low. And like, it's way above my pay grade.
Football, though, I understand. I like football.
There's no way you understand.
I understand some of it.
And some of it, yes. And that's what makes it fun. It's fun to understand some of it, but you have to understand this is somebody's full-time. It's just like when you get on an airplane, like you understand the Bernoulli effect or whatever, but you don't understand exactly how everything works.
Fun airplane fact. My brother, he's now a flight attendant, which is bananas to me because he's 6'4". He's pushing, 250, 280. I don't know. He's a big fella.
Okay.
And that's a big flight attendant, man.
Yeah.
But
the passengers are upset. My bag couldn't get on. Why did you die it, buddy?
You had to check my bag. Look at this. Look at this Paul Bunyan walking down. But he really liked working for Southwest.
Okay.
And they had this weird round of like layoffs where it was like a lottery system, and he just got the short straw. And so then he didn't work for Southwest for a couple of years and came back as a flight attendant because he just likes the company, which I think is a testament to how cool Southwest must be.
Yeah.
But he before that he was they called him a ramp supervisor, which was he was in charge of putting the bags on the plane. And he never flew anywhere. He just put the bags on the plane. Started with being one of the guys underneath the plane, actually putting the bags, and then became the supervisor of the guys putting the bags on the plane. That was his name. Anyway, the thing that blew my mind when he told me this is he had to drive the plane.
Yeah, you've told this story before. He would like park it or move it at the end of the night.
Yeah. I can't park a car, and he's parking planes.
Let me ask you this: what's the craziest animal he ever put underneath a plane? Do you know?
I don't know. Yeah,
because I'm sure lots of dogs. I don't know if they put cats under the plane, but like, was there ever like a giant iguana or something? Going from Texas to Florida. I bet Southwest has a lot of iguana relocation.
A lot of iguana. Can you? Some animals seem like they are so low on the sophistication spectrum that you could mail them, right? There are certain animals you could mail. right?
Well, it's funny you mention that. I have yet to turn this into a bit, but I have a lot of jokes about being an Airbnb host.
Mhm.
Somebody left a loaded gun in my Airbnb once,
Eh,
and I had to call the police. And it's actually a longer, funnier story.
yeah.
But anyways, long story short, you can't mail a gun. This is how I learned that you cannot mail a gun, but the police can. They have like
Oh,
a special system, and they can actually mail. They take all the ammo out and then
sure.
throw away the ammo, or local
Yeah.
cop takes the ammo home or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the gun itself can be mailed by the police.
Interesting. I would think that the gun could be mailed by anybody. So that's interesting. I mean, unloaded, obviously.
Yeah, well, they ask you at like FedEx, do you have firearms or anything flammable or spray paint? You probably click through every single time
Sure.
without paying attention. But they do ask you that. I wonder what they say if you say, yes, this is a firearm.
The firearm.
I don't know if so anyways, the cops came over and they took the gun. It was wild.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what happened to Waco. Is Waco, Texas, the Branch Davidians.
Boy, this is quite the episode between the
yeah.
Oklahoma City bombing and
Well, it happened on the same day, 2 years later. So 1993 was the Waco. 1995 was Oklahoma City, both April 19th.
okay.
And Columbine, those kids wanted to do it on April 19th.
April 20th.
They got delayed.
Right. Yeah.
They got delayed because they needed another shipment of ammo or another replacement of ammo. Anyway,
Did you know some like high school kid? I think he was in college. He was like a freshman or sophomore in college, maybe at Metro. He gave them the gun because they weren't old enough to buy the gun.
Yeah.
He's the only guy who did any jail time. He got in big ass trouble. Like what a nightmare.
Yeah. Well,
scenario for him.
So
how bad can this go? A couple nerdy kids. I'm gonna give them a $50 gun.
Well, because I think we read that same book, that Columbine.
Oh, you read it? I suggested it to you.
Yeah, very good, very good,
excellent.
But and then there was this girl who had a crush on Dylan.
Oh, that's my favorite line in the whole book.
Yeah,
she says, I think I said it on a Patreon once, or maybe I told it to you personally. But who could be this? They're in the parking lot while all this is going on.
Yeah.
Like fireworks seem to be going off, and she's with her friends in the car. And it's her boyfriend doing it, basically, her estranged boyfriend.
They just went to prom together like 2 days before.
And she says to her friends, "Who could be this R word?" ? And I told you I'm trying to write a bit just about that because it's such a good encapsulation of that time. Like we used to say that word.
Oh, sure.
And I think it would be a way to work that word into my act, which is really my long-term goal in comedy, is just to find a way to use these objectionable words.
But to put a button on the thing is UPS was shipping things to Waco, the Branch Davidians, and one of the boxes came open and it was grenades. And so that's what prompted the warrant that started everything, is they found grenades being shipped.
I don't believe that story at all, Jake. I'm sure that the real thing is they opened the box illegally to look. And saw the you don't just grenades just don't pop open. Somebody packed that with a lot of tape. Let me tell you, when you're shipping grenades, you're really stealing it. You got a box within a box within a box. It's like a magic trick. Yeah. Anyways, for people listening, the book is called Columbine. I don't have the author handy, but it's the only book called Columbine. It's really good. The audio book is excellent. Check it out.
Yeah.
It's a tearjerker. I cried most of the book. It was crazy.
The thing that really shocked me was like the level of action, or I don't know if that's the right word, happens really early in the book. I thought they were going to like drag it out until like that happens way at the end. It's like a 12-hour book.
Yeah.
And it happens in like the first 90 minutes.
Yeah, it was really well done. It was great. I did possibly the worst show of the year this year. And I had a crazy experience. Have you had this happen? Have you done an outdoor show where in the 5 minutes before the show, a boy and a girl, like high school age, probably, the girl has some kind of blood coming out of her mouth and she pulls it into her hand and face paints the boy with the blood. Have you seen that, Jake? Has that happened to you in your comedy career? This
No.
really happened
Oh my
on
goodness.
the 4th of July. And then things get crazier. He takes the blood, starts painting her face, and they're painted kind of like the Joker. And
Oh,
I'm on, I open the show. It's me, and I got booked to do this town fair where they got literally an ass, a donkey is wandering around. And when the headliner was on, or the third comic, the last comic was on, the donkey was like 20 feet from the stage. And her kids, like, this is how bad the show is. And with, by the way, like $1 million sound system.
Yeah.
It was the best sound I've ever had at any indoor or outdoor show ever. It was incredible. Shout out to the town of Idaho Springs. But anyways, this guy was laughing at all my stuff. And it took me about 2 minutes to realize, oh, he's pretending to be the Joker. And it took me about another 2 minutes to wonder, oh, is this going to go horribly, like really, really bad at some point?
Yeah.
But I walked him. Look at that superpower.
Nice.
They left about 10 minutes into 8 to 10 minutes into my 12-minute set. They left.
That is bananas. I'm like, I mean, I'm not ill because of it, but that is shocking.
It was pretty gross. Gross. I gotta flex for a second. So I run some shows in Idaho Springs. You went to that cidery. We might as well shout them out. Slaymaker Cellars on Main Street in Idaho Springs. And I went there with Rojo Perez from The Tonight Show and Netflix, etc. And we were killing some time. We had just driven over from Vail, and the owner's there. And the last time at your show, she'd given me a 6-pack of TommyKnocker root beer to take home. And somehow when I got home, I had a 6-pack of cream soda from TommyKnocker. I'd taken the wrong stuff. So I sent her an apology. Like, I took her cream soda. Like, I picked up the wrong 6-pack somehow. And so I asked her if she had any root beer. She said she didn't. And then she got on her phone and she disappeared for a second. And she said, when you guys go over to stage, they're going to have fresh TommyKnocker root beer for you at the stage. So she called in like the town of Idaho Springs. Yep. They went over to TommyKnocker. So I showed up. There was a cold 6-pack of root beer for me. And I still have 4 of them, but I drank one before the show. It was great.
Yeah, I like TommyKnocker. I mean, I like root beer in general. It's really good root beer. And they do fun stuff. I mean, root beer is supposed to be fun. But when I was working at a Christian school in Colorado, we would have times where, like, it's hard to explain, but like on a Friday afternoon, we would just go outside and just kind of enjoy the sunshine, and instead of, not taking ourselves serious all day, every day. And like, I don't even know what they called them, just like spirit days or whatever it was. And they would have kegs of TommyKnocker, which is cool that it comes in a keg.
Yeah.
And, you're passing around the kegs and or the solo cups and all that stuff. Yeah, I like TommyKnocker. They're good. It's good root beer and it's fun.
Yeah, I definitely felt pretty impressive. And even the Tonight Show guy right next to me on a stool was like, man, look at Mark flexing here.
Oh, my goodness.
Getting root beer run over.
It's like, here we go. I have a similar to your Joker story. I think mine is not as nasty, but it's still a little nasty. So I did Western Kentucky State Fair.
Oh, that's right. How did that go?
It was weird. So I noticed it on my calendar a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, I don't even remember who booked me on this. Okay. And so then I looked it up, and I was on their website as, the headliner of this show. I'm like, okay, I guess it's real. And I don't know how I'm supposed to get paid. I don't know anything. But I just show up. It's July 1st. So hot. Oh my goodness. It could not get hotter. And the state fair is on, asphalt, and it's just baking. But they have a convention center on the fairgrounds that's air conditioned. It's a big convention center that's air conditioned. So that's where we are. So at least we're inside. That's great. The show starts at 7:30. At 7 on the stage where we are going to perform, 7 to 7:30 is the hot dog eating contest.
Nice.
So they did the hot dog eating.
Did you participate?
I did not. I should have.
Oh.
But because the winner ate, it was 10 minutes. How many hot dogs can you eat in 10 minutes?
Hold on, let me guess. 30.
Oh my goodness, no.
Way
the
more.
Winner, 11 and a half.
Oh.
I'm like, I could have won. I could have done 11 and a half.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I know. So none of these guys are professionals.
Right.
And they're sitting down and they're using like ketchup and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and so one guy, he's going as hard as he can, but he did 11 and a half.
Okay.
It's funny because I asked him, like, oh, how many did you do? He's like, oh, 22. And then the official was like right next to me. He's like, he's lying. It was 11 and a half. Which
I once joined something like that, but it was an ice cream eating contest.
Yep.
And I did not compete at all. They gave you like a pint of ice cream, and it was who could finish the pint the quickest. By the time somebody was done, I'd eaten a quarter of the pint, and I just got up and I walked off with my pint.
Yeah.
It was the best thing ever.
Yeah, it's like, these hot dogs are smelling pretty good. I'll take 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Just walk off.
No need to make myself sick.
Yeah. So yeah, it was fun. I was there with the other comics, and we were like, giving the people nicknames and whatever.
So was there a stage?
There was a stage, a big stage.
Yeah, like the kind that comes in like a semi and they assemble it there.
No. So this convention center is a permanent structure.
Oh, it's indoors.
Indoors. So everywhere else is insanely hot. Okay. I don't know what the actual temperature, but with the asphalt and with the sun beating down on you, it feels like 120 out there.
Yeah.
And so some people are coming in there just to get out of the heat. And then they have the hot dog eating contest and then the comedy show. And so 3 comedians. So I was the last one, and they had so many chairs set up. I mean, they had 800 chairs set up, and there was 50 people there for comedy. So it felt weird. But
yeah, we had probably 100 people, but spread out and in camp chairs. And then, so the way it worked, I mean, it was great. We had a show in Vail one night on the 3rd of July. And then we had a theater show in Breckenridge the 4th of July at night. And then I got this offer and I was like, 5 p.m. That's great. Let's do it. So I went, we did the show. It was me, followed by Rojo Perez from The Tonight Show, followed by Stephen Gillespie from Conan. It was an unbelievable lineup. Like, they got such a steal out of it. Normally it would just be like, I would show up and just do all the time, or I'd bring a couple open micers with me. But I just happened to be traveling with these guys, and it was like extra money for them. I'll say on the Patreon exactly what I paid them. And it was kind of fun. In between, like towards the end of Rojo's spot, it started raining like really hard, but only for like 5 minutes, but like half the people left. and then I had to get on while it was still raining, and I kind of like killed a little bit of time trying to wait for the rain to stop before I brought up Steven, who likes to go by Stephen Anthony Gillespie now. That's his new. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we got to wind this down. I had a whole run of 4 shows, and I barely said anything about them. So we'll bank that for a future episode.
Absolutely.
In our next episode, this is 51, coming out July 27. Our next episode is allegedly going to be in person, everybody.
Yeah.
So get ready. If you're watching on YouTube, we're going to have some new way to do in person. I actually don't know how to do it. So we may end up just being in different rooms in the same house on our own respective laptops.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can figure out something a little more sophisticated than that.
Yep.
You got anything on the Patreon? I am going to talk about pay, how I got a Tonight Show and a Conan comedian to do an outdoor stage show with donkeys wandering around and a bouncy castle just a quarter block away, and with kids in the audience. What else was I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about some of the travel logistics for me driving across the country with a bad back. And what do you got for the Patreon this time?
Yeah, I had a really weird show in Lexington with a heckler that, in my opinion, did not go well. So,
Okay. And I'm also going to talk about some check drama for comics, and I'm going to talk about hotel, like paying for hotels for multiple nights for multiple people, and some of the hassles that come along with that. So this comes out July 27th. What do you got coming up?
Yeah, this weekend I'm in Springfield Comedy Club with Zoltan. So excited.
Nice. I am in Colorado, July 30th. That's a Thursday. I'm in Greeley, Colorado at Stella's Pinball Arcade. Fun room. I haven't been there in a couple years. I'll tell you what I'm getting paid on the Patreon. It's a downstairs basement, small space. And then that weekend, I am at the Denver Comedy Lounge, Friday and Saturday, 4 or 5 shows. Depends on how, sometimes they'll cancel one of the late shows. So it's technically 5 shows. And then next week, I'm flying to New York City. I am there for 6 nights, Tuesday through Sunday nights. And I've already booked Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I have plans Tuesday night. So I really only have Sunday night available. And maybe we'll talk about that on the Patreon too. And Sunday night, I'll probably just go watch comedy, probably go to the Comedy Cellar. But pretty happy with 4 shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm on Wednesday, I'm in Queens. Thursday, Friday, I'm in Brooklyn. Saturday, I'm in Astoria, which is Queens. And I have no idea where I'm going to stay. I'm flying out. I'm not going to sleep in my car. But I don't know I don't understand the city well enough to know, like, should I stay in Brooklyn the first night and then go over to Queens for the next 2 nights? And then go back to Brooklyn, or should I just make home base in one of those places and navigate around? I'm just a country bumpkin, Jake.
That's right.
I'm an old guy with a bad back who's never mowed his lawn. And come on over to the Patreon, everybody. Patreon.com/Mark and Jake. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Bye-bye.